Hi guys, welcome back to K-pop Talks. I'm your host. Today we're doing the worst K-pop songs of November 2023. I was just scrolling through the list. There isn't really many songs that I disliked completely, so let's get right into it without wasting much more time. First we have Omega X with Junk Food. I talked about this in the review. I just think it's a miss. It's a failed opportunity for Omega X to really do another great banger. I think specifically after all the issues they had with their company, they've been a little bit unstable. I think especially quality-wise. Having said that, I think it's a pretty forgettable track and has some really negative elements on it. Overall, it's the worst, I think, single they released since their debut, I think. Which, you know, after a streak of good music, it's not a good thing. Next we have NTX with Holy Grail. I think this song is just too much NCT overall from front to back. Trying too much to copy that NCT style. I think once you go into their album, they show so much variety and so much different things. I don't know why their company thought they just keep doing this. Overall, I'm fine with the album. I'm just not fine with having this as a single. I just don't think it really showcases their ability as much. And it makes, I think a lot of fans make them feel like, oh, it's another copycat group trying to copy another very successful group, you know. So in this sense, I think their company failed them in the sense of choosing the single. But I think the album was pretty fine overall, even though maybe it was too long. This is Big Naughty with ICN better than YVR. I don't know what that means, but I just didn't like the production. I just don't think Big Naughty is that good of a singer. So when he tries to sing and with autotune as well, I think he just ends up making pretty bad music. I thought he found a pretty good groove for himself last year with that more alternative pop R&B type of stuff, a little bit of experimental. I understand when he went a little bit more mainstream. It's good for him to chart, specifically in Create's important. I think a lot of companies require you to do that, and he's in a big company. But I think quality-wise, the song is just pretty forgettable. You know, there's way better tracks on, in general, that I think Big Naughty has released as a feature this year or even last year. So I think this is just a big step back for him overall. Next we have I with Forbidden Midnight. I've said that I don't dislike the song, but I hate the effect they put on their faces. What bothers me is this should have been a big issue and nobody's talked about it. Like, again, the community that wants to be inclusive, and, you know, thank God the community is better now than it was 10 years ago. You know, we're more advanced, we're more this, and then stuff like this happens, they don't even talk about it. To me, it's so fucking shit, and I hate it. But yeah, I mean, I get why people want to keep following. I don't want to ever see something like this again from next video. It's just a bad look, and again, I feel terrible for the girls just being replaced facial wise for some random generated computer thing. Must feel like garbage, you know. So I can't accept this, and just for that it's in one of the worst songs of the month. Next is 24K Plus with Roller Coaster. I've said this about 24K Plus. It's an old school song, but it just feels old. 24K has changed so much their concepts every single time, changed a million different formations. You know, they want to be more of a fun and cheeky song, and I'm fine with it, but production-wise, aesthetically, you could have done definitely better, and I think this is a relatively low-quality standard song for a K-pop group in this era. Even though male K-pop groups have not been great, you can do way better than this, especially considering how much throwback styles have been going, like, have been really popular the last 2 or 3 years. I don't want to see this stuff from K-pop groups anymore, really. Next we have DKB with what the hell. It's just a bad song. Again, DKB is such a train wreck of a group. I just can't trust their company, honestly. I feel like their company is gonna keep fucking with them. They're gonna keep fucking their consistency when it comes to making good music. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is for this group. I think as long as they're gonna be under Brave Brother, for me, they're never gonna be able to actually do consistently great music. You know, it's one of the sadder parts, and Brave Brothers are some of the biggest fumblers of talent I've ever seen in my life. Next we have Bio with Mad. He tried to do his, you know, pop punk thing similar to Big Naughty and other artists and failed. Bio is not a singer. I respect him for trying, but I just don't think this is his style, and he should go back to full rapping where he's really good at, and focus on that. You know, there's nothing humiliating about it. Not everybody has to be a singer. Next we have Dino with Wait. I didn't like the way they used autotune on his voice at all. I didn't like the production as much. I think Dino is a way better artist than what this song showcases. in my opinion, really low quality vocally specifically, which I expect more from Dino. I don't expect like incredible vocals, but I expect better than what we have now. So yeah, the song has a million problems, and Dino as a performer, obviously as a solo, at least through the song, doesn't showcase a very strong case of being good enough to be getting promoted compared to other guys. We have 80s with Crazy Forward. I don't know. I think this is the thing with 80s. They have one great comeback a year and one bad comeback for me every single year. This is the bad comeback. Don't like the production, don't like the vocals, don't like the heavily use of autotune on a track like this on every single aspect of the song. I do not like particularly the chorus. It's a little bit corny, which I think has always been a problem with 80s. Everything is so over the top that it's not even in a way that it's good, It's just over the top for the sake of being over the top and trying to be edgy, And I think when they do this type of stuff, it's worse because at least with the other song there is this, I always forget, even though I don't love it, it had a pretty good fucking chorus and it was pretty catchy. It had their own aesthetic. This one is too generic in every aspect, and I don't think it really has that much of 80s personality and style as much. Again, tries so much to be edgy. I know a lot of the younger audiences, specifically younger in terms of like being in the genre, love it. But this is the oldest, concept in K-pop, and I don't think most K-pop groups in history have done it well. You can probably count them on two hands, and I don't think 80s is really that group in that sense. Having said that, thank you for watching the video. This was the video about, obviously, the worst K-pop songs of the month. Overall, not so bad, right? I think when you look at it, you realize how, I think overall it's decent year for the genre, and so I think overall it was a good month. I see there wasn't many bad songs that I hated. It's just that again, every year you have these type of songs that are just whatever. So yeah, you just end up focusing more on them and realize that there's a problem in that sense. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.